Benedetto Athletics Award is given to a person who embodies Benedetto's dedication to student athletes. This year's recipient is Winfield High girls tennis and wrestling coach Craig Stone. Craig has amassed 1,318 wins in 95 combined seasons, 45 in tennis and 50 in wrestling. In tennis, his teams have won 5 state titles and qualified for the state tournament 43 years in a row. He was named 2018 MIAA Coach of the Year. In wrestling, he was named the Mass Wrestling Coaches Association and the National Wrestling Coaches Association Coach of the Year. He has been inducted into the National and New England Wrestling Coaches Hall of Fame. He graduated from Springfield College and earned a master's at the University of Oregon. He taught physical education in Winfield for 44 years. Presented by Agganis Foundation President John Necklace, this year's Dr. Elmo F. Benedetto Award winner, Craig Stone.
You got that right?
The David C. Widener Media Award is named for a 24-year-old promising sports writer at the Daily Item who tragically died of a heart attack while covering a football game right here at Manning Bowl on October 24, 1992. David came to the Item as a student at Boston University, and he worked with us for 5 years. His goal was to one day cover his beloved New York Yankees. The Widener Award is given to someone who provides ongoing, outstanding coverage and support of youth and amateur sports in general and the Agganis All-Star Games in particular. This year's recipient is Hector Longo. Hector has been around high school athletics in Massachusetts for almost 50 years as an athlete, coach, and member of the media. He has spent 28 years as a full-time staff writer at the Lawrence Eagle Tribune, where he currently serves as assistant sports editor. Other stops have included the National Telegraph, the Boston Herald, and Boston Sports Journal. Hector has coached 8 sports at 6 high schools. Most recently, he led the Masconomet golf team to an unbeaten season and a second-place finish in the state. This year's winner of the David C. Widener Media Award is Hector Longo. Shortly after Harry Agganis died in 1955, Harold O. Zimmern, along with the Daily Evening Item and the Boston Red Sox, founded the Agganis Foundation with the goal of providing scholarship money to deserving high school
This
seniors.
way you're gonna fall again.
He was chairman of the foundation until his death in 1994. The Harold Zimmern Award is given for dedication and service to the foundation and its ideals of academics and athletics. This year, the award is presented to Jim Foley. Jim has served the Agganis Foundation in a variety of roles as a coach, volunteer, and the Agganis All-Star Soccer Games director for the last 15 years. In that capacity, he oversees all aspects of the games, acquiring players, coaches, and officials. Jim coached girls soccer for 25 years at St. Mary's, compiling a 298, 126, and 26 record. His 2015 team won the MIAA Division IV North title with his daughter Jenna on the squad. Jim has been a teacher in Lynn since 1993, currently teaching phys ed at Pickering Middle School. The Harold O. Zimmern Award winner for 2026, Jim Foley. As noted, the Agganis Foundation was founded 70 years ago with the sole mission of providing college scholarships to deserving student athletes. Since then, the foundation has presented $2.68 million in scholarships to 1,086 students. Tonight, we are pleased to honor the 2026 scholarship recipients, which will be presented by Scholarship Committee Chair David Angelano and Committee Member Josh Muller. The 2026 Agganis Foundation Scholarship recipients. From St. Mary's headed to Vanderbilt, Callie Allette. Receiving the Paul K. Howland Jr. Scholarship from Lynn Tech, headed to Cornell, Awan Awan. From Marblehead, headed to Temple, Sydney Ball. Winning the Thomas L. DeMarcus Scholarship from KIPP Academy, headed to Rice, Joseph Fiala. From Peabody, headed to Bates, Elizabeth Betancourt. From Marblehead, headed to Johns Hopkins, Braden Callahan. From Swampscott, headed to Michigan, Nico Croft. From St. Mary's, headed to Stonehill, Cameron Dunn. And I should have noted Braden Callahan is the recipient of the George D. Baracus Scholarship. From St. Mary's, not with us tonight, he's away, but headed to Michigan is Micah Hashimoto. From Lynn English, headed to Salem State University, Madison McHale. The recipient of the Agganis Foundation President's Scholarship from St. Mary's, headed to Tufts, Samuel Phelps. And receiving the Attorney Charles DeMarcus Scholarship from Salem High, headed to Amherst, Mia Silva. Congratulations to all our 2026 scholarship recipients.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field. And then there was one. We started all the Agganis, I should say, weekend. It's not week anymore. It's just Saturday and Sunday. Basketball was played on Saturday. Everything else is played today. 9 games. This is the 9th game. This is the football game, the granddaddy. '56 is when this all started. Actually, 1955, when just after Harry passed away. the daily evening ironing of Lynn, my brother was involved. Most specifically, attorney Charles Demekas started a fund in honor of Harry. They raised $10,000. They got a $25,000 donation from Tom Yorkie. 1956, the ultimate goal was $250,000, and to date, they've given out $268 million in scholarships, and over 1,000 scholarships as the ball goes out of bounds. The South is in white, the North is in blue. And I'm going to put the ball down. I believe at the 30-yard line. Now, I don't know how they arrived at that. They're putting it at the 20. So from the 28, trying to get to the outside. Might have got a yard. I think it was Danielle Thompson. They got a yard. Looking to throw wide open, but they threw it a little bit. He was looking inside. They threw it a little bit to the outside. And it's going to be 3rd and 9. Over 1,000 scholarships. The donors really Thomas and Charlie Demekas, George Parakas, Agganis Fund presidents, Joe Cronin, Harold Zimmern were the first chairman. So incomplete. And the North will have to kick it away. A little bit of a line drive. They're going to let it bounce. And it'll roll dead at the 35-yard line of the South. And they're putting it to 34. I'll have to find out who the quarterback is. He's not on the South roster. I'm sorry, this is the North. It was the South that was shut down. They've been bouncing blue and white and haven't been the same all day. Second and 6 from the 38. 16 is Drew Tisbert, the quarterback. Looking, still looking, dumps it off, caught nicely. Had a lot of time. He threw it to Joseph Wilson. First down is picked up by the North. They get it to the South 45. 17 yards on the pickup. Looking to throw again over the middle. Caught again. Looking to see what the flag is about. That was Thomas Rodriguez with the nice catch, but does it count? It's against the North. So the penalty takes it out to midfield. 2nd and 15. Caught again, nice catch. Almost broke it. Brody Gillingham. Down to the 20-yard line. He picked up 30. And a first down. Double wideouts to either side. Tisbert by himself again looking to throw. Dumps it off. Caught. It's going to be a touchdown. Gillingham makes it 2 in a row reception. Six, 66 yards in 4 plays. Actually 71 because they get penalized back to midfield. $67 yards picked up on passes. Kicked it dead center. That was Joseph Wilson.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the concession stand is open below the press box bleachers. Plenty of cold drinks, lots of hot Boston pizza. Come get it.
So he didn't use up much time. 4 plays, 66 yards. All but one of the plays a completed pass. Now they'll kick off again. It'll be Wilson kicking it off. Sun is very, very bright right now. And it's shining right in our eyes. It's right at midfield. Just maybe the 40-yard line where they're kicking off from. And when you look up, you look right up into that bright sun. So the people sitting on the press box side get blinded when they look up. So very quickly, North takes the advantage. South has won 3 in a row coming in. at the 7-yard line. Out to about the 25. And a solid hit there. First and 10 for the South from their own 25-yard line. Trailing very early, 7-0. They double the wideouts to either side. Off the right side.
Number 19, Xavier Beauchamp on the
Just shy. Xavier Beauchamp of Lynn English. Gets it to the 34.
Lennox Ramos.
Picked up 9. Second down and 1.
Get it 9, second down.
Trying to get outside. He's going to lose yardage.
Beauchamp tackled in the backfield. Loss of 3, third down.
They put it back at the 31. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Caught.
Belly yards pass, completes number 33.
Sam Phelps wearing Harry Agganis' number.
Gain of 9. Gain of 9. First down.
First down for the South. Ariel Ballard from St. Mary's is the quarterback. They needed 4. They got 9. Three wideouts to the near side. They run straight ahead for a couple.
Tackle by number 32, Alex Pinto. Gain of 2, second down.
Beauchamp with the carry. Picked up 2. 2nd and 8 from the 42-yard line. They double the wideouts now to either side. They try to run straight ahead, nothing doing. A pile up. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play, third down.
3rd and 8. So Sam Phelps got to wear Harry Agganis' number for the South. Giovanni Pena, Malden Catholic, got to wear it for the North. He was a classical player and transferred. Belliard looking deep, incomplete. He was looking for Phelps.
Belly yards pass intended for Phelps is incomplete, fourth down.
And the South will have to kick it again. So they made a first down, but then they get stopped. Kick is away. Takes a little bit of a north bounce.
Punt is down by number 9, Jimmy Jennings.
He'll fall on it at the 32-yard line.
Bringing in first and 10 from his 32-yard line.
Just over 3 minutes left in this first period. Hard to believe the Agganis. 9 games and the awards given out are down to just about 3 periods now. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. They're content on throwing the ball, and they're doing it very well.
His first pass is complete. Number 44,
Thomas Rodriguez with the catch.
Gain of 8, second down.
Picked off. It got tipped and picked right into the lap. Shane Knowlton Samad, 46 yards.
Return for a touchdown.
46 yards.
46 yards.
Knowlton Samad set all kinds of records in English with 2,000 rushing yards. I think he had 38 touchdowns, but he was great on defense as well. So all of a sudden, that ball was tipped right into the lap of Shane Knowlton Samad. He took it down the right side, 46 yards. And now, let's see. They're going to go for 2, looking for a lead. Elliott fakes, keeps, not going to get there.
Conversion rush is no good.
So South will kick it off now.
Short 7, South 6. Kicking off for the South, number 40, Jerome Sutton.
Jerome Sutton from Beverly will kick it off
22,
as it's now 7-6.
number 11, Lucas Bray. And number 44, Thomas Rodriguez.
Bouncing around, picked up at the 21-yard line. And across the 30
Waters on the return.
by Jaden Waters.
Down by number 65, Luke Wild. North looking in first and 10 from its 32.
At the 33-yard line is where they put it. So from the 33, it will be first and 10. Everybody moving. And that's going to be against the North. That was like slow motion.
Remains first down.
So they move it back to the 28. Now let's see what they're doing. The penalty's offset. There is no penalty. That offsets. So they put it back at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33 with the offsetting.
Remain 1st and 10.
Now it's going to be 1st and 15.
Ball start. 5-yard penalty.
Cam Luciano, men from Low Catholic, got a head start. So it's back at the 28, 1st and 15. They give it to the motion man coming to the near side and gets across to 35. Lucas Bray from Watertown. Get to the 36, he picked up 8. Second and 7. Straight ahead, close to first down yardage. And we got a little extracurricular activity. Flags flowing all over the place. They got the ball to the 45. I think it was Thompson. They gave him to the 43. That would be a first down.
Automatic first down.
And we pick up another first down on the 15-yard penalty as they put it at the 42.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 42.
Double wide house to either side. They were looking for movement, but it was just going in motion. Looking to throw, in trouble. He's going to get hit and dropped. Did he lose the ball, or was he down? They put it back at the 46. They lost 4. They were lucky. South thought they had a recovery. And they're going to let the clock run out, I think. That'll be the end of the first period. North with the skinny point with the extra point. So it's 7-6. I should mention Thomas and Charles Demarcus, George Bekrakis, the Agganis Foundation presidents. This year they named a scholarship after Paul Halloran, which is very doable and should be. He's been outstanding for the Agganis, running it for a while. He's now the co-director with Jeff Newhall. Initially, the chairman were Peter Kamich, Eddie Cale, Tom Yorkie, and Zimmerman, Harold Zimmerman. They wrap him up, but he carries people with him.
Knocked down by Nolan Simard.
Thompson got to the 41.
Gain of 2, second down. Ball start,
It's actually third down and 9.
5-yard penalty. Third down.
So it's back to 16 yards, but now it's third down and 16. Low snap. Got all day to throw it. Lets it fly. Incomplete.
His first pass intended for number
He was looking downfield for Lucas Bray.
4th down.
So North is going to have to kick it away. The Marcus family has been highly involved in all of this. Emil Benedetto was the guiding light. He was the one that first got the football game going. They added 8 games and went football to baseball to softball to basketball to lacrosse,
Sam Phelps needs to return the punt.
soccer. Kick is away. And it's going to be very impressive for the North as it goes to the 8-yard line.
Ball is down to the 8-yard line by Caden Waters. South Michigan first and 10 from the 8.
46 yards. Net, no return. I mentioned the first chairman, Peter Gamage, Ed Cale, Tom Yorkie, Harold Zimmerman. They tried to get $250,000. They've now gone over $2 million in scholarships to over 1,000 recipients. Trying to bounce it to the outside.
Ball carried by Will Bush. Flag on the play.
Will Bush from Swampscott, there's a flag on the play against. South refused.
9, second down.
They lost a yard. Gario Billiard from St. Mary's is still in at quarterback. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Gets it to the outside, Bush.
The ball carrier. Knocked down by Grady Pepper.
They put it down at the 15. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Will Bush's father was an outstanding coach. Will played for him. Pass is incomplete, and they're going to have to punt from deep in their end. Big plus, I mentioned. Tom Yorkie, one of the chairmen. That's a big punt. Wow. Down to about the 26-yard line. That's unbelievable. We'll call it the 27. From the 8-yard line. That's a 65-yard punt. Looked like they're going to get great field position kicking from deep in their own end. Now they're down in their end at the 27. Again, I mentioned Yorkie as a chairman. He helped out initially with a $25,000 donation. The pitch, ganged up on, just about back to the line of scrimmage. He looked like he was going to lose yardage.
Ball carried by Rodriguez.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. And there's a penalty against the North.
Penalty on the play.
They mark it to the 22.
Penalty against the North. Remains first down.
So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 22. Double wideouts to either side. And now they're going to get the 5 yards back because South jumps.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
So that brings it back to 1st and 10. So we give it and we take it away. They let it fly deep. There's a man there. Caught. Great throw. Joseph Wilson ran under that pass. Disbert just let it fly.
Gain of 40 on the play. First down.
40 yards and a first down. Just threw it up and let Wilson run under it, and he did just that. They doubled the wideouts to either side. Coming to the near side with a head of steam. Gets inside the 20.
Rodriguez, the ball carrier. Knocked down by Julius Patterson. Gain of 14. First down.
Down to the 19. When you get that passing going, it helps the running game. Have a wideouts to either side. Long time with the snap.
Rodriguez, the ball carrier.
Rodriguez looks like he's got a first down.
Knocked down by Kobe Sanchez. Gain of 11 is good for a first down.
First down.
Goal.
Down to the 8. Picked up 11. So first and goal from the 8. These young men have put in healthy practices. Tyler McDonald for Lynn English is the coach of South. Joe Gaff from Malden Catholic, 2 veterans. And we got movement again.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
First and goal from the 13. The one negative so far, not counting the interception, it was a tip, are the penalties. First and goal from the 13. We know they have a kicker with Joseph Wilson, if it comes to that. And now we got a timeout.
Timeout. Score.
I mentioned the awards. The Harold Zimmerman Award given to Jimmy Foley. The Paul Cavanaugh Community Award given to the Sheriff, Kevin Coppinger. Attorney Charles DeMarcus Heritage Award given to Peter McKeedis. The David Widener Media Award given to Hector Longo, and I was blessed to have that given to me way back in 2002. The Elmo Benedetto Athletics Award went to Craig Stone. I mentioned the Harold Zimmerman Foundation Award going to Jim Foley, and the Paul Cavanaugh Award going to Kevin Coppinger. All well deserved by outstanding gentlemen. That's another big piece of the Agganis Foundation, honoring some outstanding people. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. Looking, in trouble, takes off and runs with it, and gets it down to about the 6.
Gain of 7.
He picked up 7 yards.
Second down.
Hit
Rodriguez,
Hit
ball carrier.
inside the 5.
Gain of 3. Third down.
He put it at the 3. So it's 3rd and 3 for a touchdown. Two wideouts to either side. They keep by the quarterback.
Number 16, Drew Tate
He walks in.
for a touchdown. 3 yards. Flag on
There's a flag on the play, holding against the North.
the North.
So that's going to wipe the trophy out. Tisberger was passed for a touchdown, passed for big time yardage. He's over 100 yards passing.
Spot the foul. Brings up 3rd down from the 11.
They move it back to the 11-yard line. I don't know why it went back to, probably from the spot of the foul maybe. If it went for the line of scrimmage, that's only an 8-yard penalty. So it's 3rd and goal from the 11. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. And we timeout. We mentioned the Agganis Foundation started simply one football game, and it was Elmo Benedetto who got that started. Baseball was added in 95, boys and girls soccer in 96, softball in 98, basketball in 205, lacrosse in 212, making it 9 Agganis All-Star games played. And we mentioned all the scholarships, over closing in on $3 million in scholarship money. The winners this year, Callie Allaire from St. Mary's, going to Vanderbilt. Awan from Lynn Tech got the first Paul Halloran scholarship, which is very well deserved for Paul Halloran. Sydney Ball from Marblehead going to Temple. Awan is going to Cornell. Joseph Biedo got the Thomas Tamikas scholarship from Chip going to Rice. Elizabeth Bettencourt of Peabody going to Bates. Braden Callahan from Marblehead going to Johns Hopkins got the George Baracus scholarship. Nico Croft from Swampscott going to Michigan. Cameron Dunn, St. Mary's going to Stonehill. Micah Hashikawa, St. Mary's going to Michigan. Madison McHale of Lynn English going to Salem State. The Agganis Foundation President Scholarship going to Samuel Phelps, going to Tufts. And the Attorney Charles Dominguez Scholarship, Mia Silva from Salem going to Amherst.
His first pass intended for number 83, Brody Gillingham, is broken out. 4th down.
Pass incomplete. Looking for Gillingham. And I would guess they got to go for a field goal here. Joseph Wilson is the kicker. He was perfect with the extra point. They're putting it down at the 18. So a 28-yard attempt. Perfect.
28-yard field goal is good. Making the score, North 10, South 6.
So now it jumps up to 10-6. Gets it better than a field goal. So they go 73 yards in 7 plays, a big 40-yard completion to Wilson, who just kicked the field goal. So South toughens up down inside the 10-yard line, helped by a penalty, but they give up the field goal. And with 1:30 left till halftime, North is going to get the football to start the second half. They pop it up, fair catch made for, and then they hit him, and that's going to be a penalty.
By number 65, Luke Wild.
Jaden Waters, I don't think he thought, I don't know if he didn't see the fair catch.
Dead ball, personal foul against the North. 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. First down.
He caught it at the 33-yard line, but they're going to mark it from the 30. He put it out at the 46. So the fair catch call for him made, and he got drilled by Waters of Lexington. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Pelliard in trouble. Turning, lets it fly. Incomplete. Looking for Shane Knowlton Samad.
Second down.
Second and 10. Pelliard threw it well, just a little touch high. And Samad was trying to stay in bounds and catch it. Double wideouts to either side. Pelliard in trouble. Loses the ball.
Belliard is sacked by number 33. Nehemiah Pena. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the South.
So the North is going to take advantage.
At the North.
At the South 35-yard line. They lost 19 yards on the play, but the big thing is they lost the ball. And still plenty of time for the North to get down and at least attempt a field goal. Looking to throw. In trouble, going to take off and run with it. Slides, gets it
Pittsburgh on the keeper.
to the 31.
Gain of 2. Second down.
So they put it at the 32. He picked up 3. Second and 7. Three wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Looking to throw, in trouble, gets hit, and gonna get dumped.
Pittsburgh is sacked by number 50. Joseph Vito.
Joseph Bieto of Kip with the sack. Timeout called by the North.
Third down. Timeout. North.
South only has one first down. They only have 15 yards of offense, but they're in the game, trailing 10-6. 12 seconds left. They're going to have to go to the end zone. I mentioned North will get the ball to start the second half. Looked big for them when they recovered the fumble at the 35. They still gained 3, but then they lost 8 on the sack, and they had to use a timeout. Actually, they put the ball at the 38. So they lost 6. Quick out, caught. Hit. Didn't get a first down. Gillingham with the catch. Got to the 31. So they picked up 7 on the play. Fourth down and 6. But that means nothing because there's only 2 seconds left on the clock. So they have time for one play. And it will end if they don't get in the end zone unless there's interference or a penalty. We mentioned 1964 was the first football game. Here we go. 7 defenders, only rushing 3. Looking. Caught. Bobbled. It's in the, I think they're calling it incomplete. Doesn't make any difference. It's over. That'll do it for the first half. So North got on the board, made it 7-0. Shane Knowlton Samad picked the pass, returned it 46 yards. They went for 2 and missed. And then St. Mary, the South defense came up big, held them down deep, but Joseph Wilson kicked a field goal, and that's where we are. The North leading 10-6 over the South at halftime. The North will get the football to start the second half. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're set to start the second half. The North about to take the field and kick it off. Ten to 6. The North leading. They led 7-0. So from that point on, South beat them 6-3, but the first touchdown made a big hole for the South. That sun is just starting to set a little bit. Very shortly it'll be down. We'll be able to see. It's even lower now, which makes it even tougher to see the way it is. They line drive it, picked up at the 18-yard line, and getting across the 30 was Jaden Waters.
Number 40, Jerome Sutton.
I think it was the kicker, Sutton,
First and 10,
who brought him down.
33.
So it's at the 33-yard line.
Second half and quarterback, number 16, Drew Pittsburgh.
We had schools represented: Pacific Rim, Edward M. Kennedy. Schools I never heard of before. Looking to throw, lets it fly. Wide open.
Pittsburgh's pass complete to number 3,
Tisbert.
Daniel Thompson.
Daniel Thompson from North Andover.
21, first down.
$21 on the play. He's closing in on 200 yards passing.
Thomas Rodriguez on the carry.
Rodriguez. Close to first down yardage. They put it to 38, picked up 8.
Gain of 8, second down.
Rodriguez will get the first down.
Rodriguez on the carry. Rodriguez on the carry. Gain of 3, first down.
Got 36. He picked up 2. So not doing what they want to do. Holding on the ball, leading by 4, running the clock. He double the receivers either side. Trying to turn the corner is going to be in trouble.
Number 5, Lennox Ramos on the jet sweep.
Ramos didn't get there.
Field by number 84, Corey Dooley.
Back to the 41-yard line.
Second down.
They lost 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. Three wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near side. Dropping back, looking to throw, looking, dumps it out. Good defense.
Pittsburgh's pass broken up by a diving number 22.
Eddie Lewis from Lynn Tech made a great defensive play. He played in the baseball game earlier today with his father coaching. Eddie Sr., Eddie Jr. Looking, in trouble. He's going to get hit. He's going to get knocked down.
Ginsburg is sacked in the backfield by number 50, Joseph Piano.
Joseph Beato of Kip.
Loss of 3 on the play, 4th down.
Back to the 44. So they're going to kick it away. High snap, gets it, just got the kick away. They let it go, and they're going to down it at the 10-yard line.
Number 83, Brody Gillingham touches down.
Shane Knowlton Samad looking to catch it, almost got a hand on it. He just got out of the way. Otherwise, it would have been open season. They put it at the 11. You look in the first half, 167 yards and 6 first downs for the North. You look at the South, 6 yards rushing, 9-yard passing, 1 first down. You look at those stats and you say, it's going to be a 2-3 touchdown lead. And it's only 4 points. Catches made. And let's see where they mark it.
Belliard's pass. Complete to number 23, Floyd White. Loss of 2, 2nd down.
Floyd White caught it. They lost 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Not going anywhere.
Ball carried by number 19, Xavier Beauchamp.
Beauchamp got nothing on the play.
3rd down.
They got to get something. They're going to be kicking from their own end zone. That sun is almost behind the trees over at the cemetery. Double the wideouts to either side. They need a big play. Belliard lets it fly. It's caught. And they're going to get a first down.
Pass complete to number 8, Elvin Espinal.
Elvin Espinal from Salem.
16 is good for a first down.
He got out to the 25. They picked up 16 and a first down. And they're not going to kick from their end zone. Again, double wideouts to either side. They give it to Phelps in motion, trying to turn the corner.
Number 33, Sam Phelps on the carry.
I think he's going to wind up losing a yard. A little extracurricular activity afterwards.
Loss of 1, 2nd down.
They put it at the 24. Second and 11 from the 24. Again, double wideouts to either side. Belliard looking. Caught again.
Belliard's pass complete to Espinal.
Good job by Espinal to get an extra yard or two.
Gain of 5, third down.
They got to the 29. They picked up 5. So they need 6 on third down. Third and 6 from the 29. They go deep. Incomplete. Good coverage. They're going for Samad deep.
Samard is incomplete. Coverage on the play by number 5, Lennox Ramos. Fourth
It
down.
was Lennox Ramos with the defense. And the South will have to kick it away. Just under 2 minutes left in this third period. They got a piece of it and blocked it, but it bounces and rolls out. And they got it into North Territory. Just got a little touch.
North will be in first and 10 from its 41.
They're going to put it to North 41. So just enough to still be a pain in the neck. Just about to go down under those trees. Double wideouts to either side.
Rodriguez, the ball carrier.
Nice defense by Jordan Manaya. First one there to get him.
Gain of 1, second down.
Rodriguez, they haven't run a lot. They've thrown the ball quite a bit, but Rodriguez has run for 39 yards. South jumped, but they didn't break the plane. Quick out caught. Slipping a couple of tackles. And getting knocked out of bounds.
Pass complete. Number 83, Brody Gillingham.
Gillingham with the catch.
Third down.
Picked up 6. He's closing in on 100 yards. He's got 3 catches for 93 yards. He got those back-to-back 50. In the first period. Rodriguez dives forward for the first down.
Stood up by number 34, Ryan Booth. Gain of 3 is good for a first down. And that's the final play of the third quarter.
That's going to do it for the third quarter.
North 10, South 6.
10-6 to North with 10 minutes of football left.
Rodriguez, the ball carrier. Gain of 6. First and gain of 5. Second down.
Instead of 44, he picked up 5 more. Double the wideouts to either side. Motion now coming to the near side. They hand it off. He's not going to go very far.
Number 5, Lennox Ramos on the carry.
He lost
And number 83, Jordan Manaya.
1.
Loss of 1, third down.
I should mention, I mentioned before, a lot of people involved. The Agganis Game Committee, co-directors Paul Harrell and Jeff Newell, what a tremendous job they do. The treasurer, Peter Katzos. Game directors, Jim Foley, Julie Halloran. Lets it fly. Is it picked? Did he say in play? Picked it at the 23.
His first pass is intercepted by number 12, Colin McGaugh. South will begin first and 10 from the 24.
204 yards of offense for the North. 28 yards of offense for the South. I should mention those Board of Trustees, Andrew Dominguez, John Meklis, Peter Katzos, Rebecca Benowitz, Beth Bresnahan, Thomas Dominguez, Jeremy Hamura, Honorable Jared Nixon, Hannah Shalevitz, in memoriam, Elmo Benedetto,
Daniel Belliard on the keeper.
and Harold Zimmerman.
77, Christian Montalvo. Gain of 3, second down.
They put it right between. And they're going to lose yardage.
Ball carried by number 3.
Back to the 22.
No gain, third down.
3rd and 7. They let it fly deep, incomplete. He was looking for Phelps. And my last stat, 1956 was the first football game. So naturally, doing the math, this would be the 70th Agganis game, but it's only the 64th. Because from 59 to 64, there was a state moratorium on all All-Star games. The polio game was already played, and they had the moratorium, so they couldn't come back. They started after 56. It was 65 before they came back. Incomplete. Looking for Knowlton Samad.
Resulting in a turnover on down. 1st and 10 for the North.
So they went for it on 4th down.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of tonight's
And now from the 27-yard line,
player presentation.
North is going to have 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line of the South. The one big stat for the South, the pass interception, I should say, of St. Knowlton Samad of 46 yards for a touchdown. Rodriguez staying on his feet, battling for extra yardage.
Stopped by number 43, Ethan Eggleston.
He picked up 4.
Gain of 4, 2nd down.
He's got 51 yards rushing. Tisbert, the quarterback, it's the first time we've seen one quarterback go all the way. They've done it on both sides. Usually they play a half or split a half. The pitch, Rodriguez, back to the line of scrimmage. He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain. 3rd down.
He's hard to bring down on the first hit. Again, a nice little crowd here for this game. Rodriguez.
Rodriguez on the carry.
Let's see what they give him. Not going to give him anything.
No gain. 4th down.
Yeah. We've been talking about the people doing all the work and getting everything done. I've got one of the co-directors with me, Jeff Newhall. Jeff, you don't have enough jobs being athletic director and girls coach. You had to be co-director of Agganis as well to give you something to do.
Yeah. It was a, we've been out of school for 3 weeks. I was getting bored. So, no, it's, I've been involved with it with Paul for a while and, took over kind of running the games with him 2 years ago. And, here we are.
Now, looking at the new format, I know everybody, it's going to be pro-con. Everybody's going to, this was good, this wasn't good. What do you have to say about getting everything done in a short weekend? Basketball Saturday and everything on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean it appears as though the numbers, the participants are up from last year, which obviously makes the crowds be a little bit better. So I do think we were able to attract some kids that maybe sometimes wouldn't come because of travel during the week. But overall the day was great. The weather was great, and to be able to play all these games in one day has been something, obviously learning experience. But I think it went really, really well, and there's a few things we can tweak. But overall, the games this year, our participation numbers were up, and it goes. The coaches have been great, specifically the football coaches. They practice for 8 times before they play, and we certainly wouldn't be able to do that without the volunteering of the coaches.
The big thing, I think, is all the people, the referees, the umpires, holding the stakes, the concessionaires, the ticket takers, everybody doing an awful lot of work, a lot of people contributing. It doesn't make your job easier, but it makes it a little easy. Yeah,
no, I think it's obviously everyone's volunteering. It's for a great cause, as we know. But this is how you have a foundation like we have, and you're able to give away the amount of money in scholarships that the Agganis Foundation has over so many years. So, another great Agganis weekend, and again, without the volunteers and the coaches and the officials and all the workers, certainly wouldn't be possible.
Well, congratulations to you and Paul. Everybody has to be at the top. Somebody has to dot the I's and cross the T's. Great job by you and Paul, and congratulations on another great Agganis weekend.
Okay, thank you, John. Take care.
Incomplete pass turns the ball over to the south, and now we get a flag right away.
Ball start.
So we move it back to the 18. Just under 4 minutes left in this one. This could very easily be the South's last shot. Bush
Little push on the carry.
back close to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
No gain.
Turn the clock on.
All of a sudden, it's coming down to 2 minutes. This is Shane Knowlton Samad. He was an outstanding quarterback for English. They didn't put him at quarterback. I'm going to call it to 23 and give him 5. And call it 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10. Samad again, keeping it,
Milton Samard on the carry.
getting maybe to the 29. They put it,
Four.
we'll call it the 28 and give him 5. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 28. And a timeout with just over a minute left. Samad's got 10 yards in 2 carries. South only had 8 yards rushing up to that point. They only have 2 first downs. One in the first period. One here in the third period. They didn't use Shane Knowlton Samad at all at quarterback. Now he's in there now on the last hurrah. And this is Belliard back in. They dump it out, caught by Phelps, and he gets out of bounds nicely.
Number 33, Sam Phelps. Gain of 15, good enough for a first down.
16 yards on the play. That's their third first down. And a 16-yard pickup. They only had 23 yards passing coming up to this drive. Now it's Shane Knowlton Samad. They run it straight ahead.
Xavier Beauchamp on the carry.
Beauchamp.
Gain of 2. Gain of 3, second down.
We'll call, it's not quite. We'll call it the 47 and give him 3. We're under a minute left. They let it fly deep. Off the fingertips, almost caught. Off the fingertips. That, what a play that would have been. I think that was Espinal from Salem. 3rd down. They've got to throw. There's only 37 seconds left. All the scoring in the first half. Belliard lets it fly over the middle. Samad made the catch. Down the middle, he's going to go for a touchdown. St. Mary's to English.
Number 5, Daniel Belliard's pass complete to number 1, Shane Knowlton Samard. Is good for a 53-yard touchdown.
$53 yards. $53 yards. We know who the MVP is going to be for the South. Shane Knowlton Samad. He took a couple of snaps, went back to wide out, cut across the middle, made the catch wide open. 53 yards into the end zone. $77 yards
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul on
in 7 plays, and they overcame a penalty. So it's 12-10.
the enforced on the kickoff.
With 26 seconds left, they put Belliard back in the game. He threw it over the middle. Shane Knowlton Samad made the catch. Belliard dumps it out overthrows the runway.
Conversion pass is no good. With 26 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, the score remains South 12, North 10.
So North will try to get a couple of plays close enough that Wilson can try another field goal. 26 seconds left on the clock. 77 yards in 7 plays. That was 53 yards. I thought you announced 63. The offense comes to life in the last minute, and they get the only score of the second half. And the South, we mentioned the South is looking for 3 wins in a row. And they're on the verge of getting it. They've just got to keep North far enough away that Wilson can't kick another field goal.
Waters, Gray, and Rodriguez deep to receive.
Jerome Sutton of Beverly kicks it off. And they're going to knock him down at around the 35-yard line. That took 3 seconds.
Number 34, Ryan Booth.
They're going to put it at the 37-yard line.
North will get first and 10 from its
So they need about 50 yards. They got 23 seconds to do it in. But everybody all of a sudden became shocked with Samad cutting over the middle, catching it. Not only catching it, but being wide open and running it in.
timeout, South.
North is calling a timeout. Excuse me, the South is calling a timeout. So Lynn English coach, who's coaching today, Tyler McDonald. He's his MVP of the Greater Boston League. And his quarterback, ace player Shane Knowlton Samad, get it done both ways, offensively and defensively. He picked the pass that got him on the board for their 6 points. Then he catches the pass and runs it for a touchdown to give him 12 points. So I don't think there's any question over who's going to be the MVP for the South. North could very easily be Drew Tisbert, the quarterback. He's passed for 149 yards and a touchdown. Rodriguez has run for 51. In trouble, he gets sacked.
Pittsburgh is sacked. By number 57, Zatari Brown.
Back at the 32.
Lost at 5.
They lose 5.
Timeout, North.
They go over 100 yards with that last touchdown, and they only had 2 first downs prior to this last drive, and they got 2 first downs on the last drive. The first one Picked up on a very nice catch by Sam Phelps of St. Mary's. The pass from Belliard from St. Mary's. And Belliard from St. Mary's to Shane Knowlton Samad from English for the touchdown. Looking incomplete.
His first pass intended for Gillingham is incomplete.
3rd and 15 with 12 seconds left. South have got guys 20, 30 yards off the line of scrimmage. Not want anybody to get behind them. They're only rushing 3. This could very well be the last play. Looking in trouble. Going to get sacked again.
Pittsburgh is sacked by number 57,
Gattery Brown from Lynn English gets the sack
loss of 5,
at the 26.
timeout, North.
And this will be the last play. What an ending. If you wrote this in the book, people would say, are you crazy? Five wideouts. It's got to go downfield. They got to hope for a touchdown or maybe a penalty. Tisbert lets it fly long and deep. And who else? Shane Knowlton Samad knocks the last pass down. And that's going to do it. And the South are celebrating on the far side with an unbelievable win.
Post-game handshake line. We asked both teams to line up on their respective 40-yard lines for the MVP presentation.
Right off the bat, the North went 66 yards in 4 plays, 67 in the air, 2 catches by Gillingham for 50 yards. He made the catch, 20 for the touchdown. Wilson kicked the extra point. It was 7-0 at the end of 1.
Line up on their respective 40s. Thank you.
In the second period, a pass from Tisbert got tipped right into the lap of Shane Knowlton Samad. He went 46 yards for the touchdown. They went for 2 and missed it. And it was 7-6 at the end of 1. That came at the end of the first period. And then the North went 73 yards in 7 plays.
With 4 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown from St. John's Prep, Brody Gillingham.
Brody Gillingham with his 3 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown, gets the MVP.
He returned an interception for a touchdown. From the English, number 1,
Shane Knowlton Samad is the MVP for the South. They went 73 yards in 7 plays. The defense for the South held them up, and he got a field goal from Wilson, a 28-yard field goal. It was 10-6 at halftime, and it stayed that way all the way through until under a minute left. They started at the 23. They were penalized back to their 18, the South. A big 16-yard catch by Phelps. Put the ball at the 44-yard line. Beauchamp from English. It was almost a Lynn drive. Belliard, St. Mary's, threw the pass after Shane Knowlton Samad had picked up 10 yards in 2 carries. He went 16 yards to Phelps. Then Beauchamp from English picked up 3, an incomplete pass. And then Belliard from St. Mary's threw it over the middle. Shane Knowlton Samad caught it, cutting across the middle, was wide open, ran it in for a touchdown, made it 12-10, and that was the winning points for the South. So that last drive had Shane Knowlton Samad running for 10, catching a pass for 53. It had Sam Phelps for St. Mary's catching a pass for 16, Beauchamp from Lynn English running for 3, and then Belliard, the quarterback, throwing 2 passes, the last one to Shane Knowlton Samad for the touchdown. So with St. Mary's and English combining for 77 yards in 7 plays, and the big one, 53 yards from Belliard to Shane Knowlton Samad over the middle, caught it wide open, walking in the end zone, made it 12-10 with only 26 seconds left on the clock. The only score in the second half, and the South makes it 3 wins in a row in the series. And you could have got a lot of money in Vegas at the end, that the odds would have been unbelievable that South would pull it off with under a minute left. They did it with 26 seconds left. They win it by a score of 12-10, and I'm sure Shane Knowlton Samad will remember this again this weekend. Intercepted a pass for a touchdown and caught a pass for a touchdown, and then he knocked down the last long pass that the North threw trying to get close. So he had a game and a half. He had a career and a half. The MVP of the Greater Boston League, over 2,000 yards and 38 yards touchdown, showed everybody how and why he did it here in the Agganis 30th game here at Manning Field. So the weekend is over. Congratulations to the 2 co-directors, Paul Halloran and Jeff Newhall, and all of the people, and there are many who did an awful lot to make this short weekend a success. And a lot of great games, a lot of great players, but a lot of great people combining to help add to the great Agganis Foundation that's given out almost $3 million in scholarships to well over 1,000 students. So 12-10, a last-second touchdown pass from St. Mary's to English. Belliard to Shane Knowlton Samad wipes out a 10-6 North lead and gives South a 12-10 lead, a total 10 win here in the 30th football Agganis All-Star game. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.